Hello friends, this is Katie Hogan with my Week 9 presentation. My question this week was, what is worth teaching? And from that I made my 3 other questions. The first is, how can I give my lessons depth and intricacy and still keep them at the level of my students? How do I handle kids who are unwilling to learn or purposefully disrupt others' learning or have other deviant behaviors? How do I include moral lessons in with regular teaching without it being weird? Alright, first question. How can I give my lessons depth and intricacy and still keep them at the level of my students? Well, after thinking about this a lot and doing the graffiti wall activity and talking with my partner, I came to the conclusion that as an English teacher, I will be able to choose texts that are not only well written to teach the English part of it, but moving texts that address, deep moral questions and help us to have those kinds of moral discussions with my students. The next is to keep lessons short and sweet, because that kind of keeps kids interested and you can get their attention better rather than them drifting off. The last thing to do is to insert some personality and humor into the lesson. That can really make a lesson more interesting and, funnier than just reading from a book. The next question was, how do I handle kids that are unwilling to learn or purposefully disrupt others that are learning? As someone suggested to me, have classroom rules established at the beginning so that everybody knows what to expect from me and they know the consequences of doing those things before they do them. Also, don't be a pushover. I know I can be that kind of way. I'm a bit of a people pleaser myself, so I need to work on, standing up for my rules, and I think having those classroom rules established will be helpful for me. The third thing I want to do is to talk with the school I'm teaching at about their policy on, disruptive kids, on those kinds of things, like what they usually do, and eventually develop my own policies. But as I'm a new teacher, that's going to be tricky, in the beginning. My third question was, how do I include moral lessons in with regular teaching without it being weird? I had a lot of good suggestions on this question, and like somebody said, using my personal experiences in my lessons can really help other kids to understand the moral of the story, so to speak, of whatever I'm teaching. And as I share, it's important to let the students share with me and with the class. That can help them to develop their own personalities and help their understanding. The last thing is something that I kind of addressed in my first question, but if we can discuss the moral questions in the text that we study, that can be very beneficial rather than just studying, the literary devices and stuff. We can actually discuss the, moral dilemmas and the right and wrong of what it is that the characters are doing in whatever book we're reading. So that was my presentation for this week. Sorry if it was a little bad, but thank you.